So, this is Dangerville. Well, technically I just entered into Cocody. And this is the main road. There's really only one main road. That's one of the problems with traffic here, is there's not many alternative routes for cars to use. So if one route is blocked with a lot of traffic, there's no other way to get around the traffic. There's no parallel roads to help ease all the different cars. So I am headed up to Angré. That's a little bit to the north. Fun lane splitting. So I am still very much a beginner on a motorcycle. I didn't have any training. The driving school here is not like it would be in a European country or the United States. Basically just paid for a document that says I did driving school. And I actually wanted to do driving school. I wanted to learn some of the actual laws, because the motorcycles that I have to learn on do not follow the laws. It's very evident. And so I'm not actually sure what I'm allowed to do and what the police can technically pull me over for. So I guess that'll just have to be a learn by experience thing rather than learn in the classroom. The one nice thing about the road rules here is there's not really speeding. They don't have radar guns. They have speed cameras every now and again, but again, speed cameras are nice because you know where they are. And technically, I don't have a license plate yet. I have applied for the registration, but again, anything that the government does here takes a long time. So I've got the receipt that says I applied for the registration, and I was told that I can drive with that receipt showing that I applied until the actual card is printed and the license plate is given. But I don't know how legitimate that advice was. So I guess we'll see if a police officer pulls me over and tries to tell me I can't drive without a license plate. I mean, it makes sense that I wouldn't be able to drive without a license plate, but I'll follow the advice that says I can drive, because I want to drive. Here we have what's called a boutique Ivory Canada, but last time I went in, they had a few things from the United States, but the selection wasn't great, and of course the prices are expensive. And so didn't get anything. Maybe I'll have to check back every now and again to see what they have, but the first time wasn't great. But I am headed up to Angré because my housing agency is up there, so I have to pay rent. And before well, even now, I'm doing it 3 months at a time because it is a little bit of a drive, and with traffic, it's very annoying. And so I prefer to just do it once every 3 months, make the trip up. It's not super long, but I try to avoid going out as much as possible, at least in the car. Now that I have the motorcycle, traffic should supposedly not be a problem. So maybe I'll start doing it the monthly way. Gives me another chance to get out and ride a little bit. The annoying thing about this bike is it doesn't really find neutral easily. Like, even though right here it says I'm in neutral, I'm not. Well, now it says I'm in first because I made sure to click it in. But Now I have to hold the clutch in the whole light, which is annoying. I'm also doing something which is definitely not normal for motorcycles, which is acting like a car. A motorcycle would just go, well, honestly, the motorcycles here are just gonna run the red light. But even the ones that don't run the red light go up to the front. Of course, it finds neutral there when I didn't want it to. But this up to Angré actually isn't horrible. The traffic, even in a car, it's not that bad. But it's mainly going into Kokadi, going across the bridge into Marcari or Kumasi. The traffic is quite annoying there. So we'll see how the traffic is this time. Again, I'm going in the afternoon where there's not a lot of traffic because, as I said, I'm still very much a beginner on the motorcycle. It wasn't hard to get used to. I already drive a manual, and so knowing when to shift gears isn't a problem. Remembering to shift gears isn't a problem. The balance isn't really a problem. I've never ridden a motorcycle or a dirt bike in my life before getting my license here, and so quite the experience. But it has been smooth so far. This is only probably my third time on the major roads. I learned by just driving around my little neighborhood where there's not really any cars. So I did practice enough before coming on the main roads. Well, I guess enough is relative. But I felt comfortable enough to come out. Although the wind noise is definitely, this is the first time I've experienced this much wind noise. You know, I see all these YouTube videos of guys saying wear earplugs because of the wind noise, and now I'm starting to understand why, although it feels really good. Obviously, Africa, it is hot, and we're actually in the perfect season right now because we're right after rainy season, so it's not raining every day, and it's not into hot season, so it's not burning up with crazy humidity. So we're in a cooler time without rain all day, and so it's perfect riding weather, especially with the breeze and the wind. Because one thing I made sure to do was get full riding gear, riding pants, jacket, helmet, gloves, because I'm new. The traffic here is crazy, more so even than in the US. And so I want to be protected, but then on the other hand, it is hot normally. And so again, I'm thankful for this weather where even with the riding gear on, it's not miserable, because in a few months, I have a feeling it will be. So I'm still trying to figure out how cars are going to view me as a motorcycle, because there's normally guys that'll just ride on the shoulder nice and slow, and then there's guys that will just weave in and out of traffic like crazy. I'm still going the route of acting like a car, being in the middle of the lane, behind the car. But we'll see how the cars view me. We'll also See about lane splitting and cutting to the front. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to lane split. Interfile, as they say in French. But as far as doing it on the shoulder or what the different rules are, I wasn't taught in driving school. So even though most all the bikes do it on the shoulder, because again, in between cars is just why risk mirrors and everything. But again, I don't know how a police officer will view it. But yeah, so far it's been very smooth. I haven't seen anybody do anything extremely stupid. Yeah, I couldn't really hear what he was saying. That's again, my hearing's already bad, but with a helmet on, and I don't have earplugs in at the moment, but if I start wearing earplugs, then I'm gonna have no chance to actually hear what people are saying and interacting with them. Speed bumps are definitely easier to take on a motorcycle as well. And Abidjan is full of speed bumps. They are a little ridiculous sometimes. And it's not just that there are speed bumps, it's the size of the speed bumps. These are actually not too bad. But some of the speed bumps in a car, it's a strain on that suspension. I mean, it's ridiculous. The US, it'd be considered a road hazard, trying to go over some of the speed bumps here. So these are definitely the best kind of speed bumps. Still way bumpier in a car than on a motorcycle. This car is on my bumper. I'm just gonna pass this guy. Yeah, definitely a lot to look out for at that intersection. Try to catch up to this group so somebody doesn't try to turn left in front of me. Use the cars as a shield. Namely that Ford. But the other thing about traffic here is there's no turn lanes, which is quite annoying. Try to get out of this guy's blind spot, because the left lane becomes a left turn lane, and the right lane becomes a right turn lane, or a parking spot for a lot of cases. All right. Now, I'm not too mad about the turn lanes, because if there was a turn lane, they would not use it correctly. They would use it as a passing lane. In traffic, they would use it as a third, try to make it a fourth lane. Oh, this actually wants me to turn right here. Although I can take the next one as well, which I might end up doing rather than trying to cut this guy off. Or I'll do it here. Again, the problem is, what I'm scared about is this car behind me, and him expecting me to go around, and so not braking in time to give me the room I need. Because again, they left turn lanes, even though again it's the same as in the US where you yield to oncoming traffic, they don't necessarily do that. So you always have to pay attention. And then a lot of time, most of the time, they do it well, where they will flash their headlights, basically asking permission for them to turn, and then you flash back and say, yeah, go ahead. But sometimes they just decide, I'm gonna go for it, and you're gonna stop, or you're gonna hit me. Here we are.